Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. This week, guys, we're going to return to a topic we've covered a lot on here before, but there's been some major changes in this area, so I want to go back to it, and it is the concept of townhouses. Now, we're talking about this week both condo townhouses and freehold townhouses, primarily in the downtown core. So when you think, townhouse in an infill subdivision, north of the city where there's just rows and acres, we're not talking about that. We're going to look specifically for the typical condo townhouses that you're very familiar with throughout Liberty Village or King West. And then we're going to look at some of the mid-city infill developments, little blocks that are like 6 units, and they just so happen to appear there magically one day, and you drive by and you go, I had absolutely no idea there was a 2-year-old townhouse sitting here. What an incredible location. There's one of those specifically. I'll come back to that. So guys, a lot has changed with respect to condo townhouses. That, of course, is why we're doing this. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the pros and cons, and then I want to talk about who's buying them. So the pros and cons of condo townhouses, comparing and contrasting the freehold with the condominium. The biggest difference, guys, is the fees. So that's one of the points we're going to make today, because if you're paying a $1,200 a month maintenance fee, and the average, let's see, what does 100,000 carry for in mortgages now? About $450. So a $1,200 fee, that could carry $250,000 worth of mortgage. So how do you price that in? And yes, I know that there are more expenses on freehold properties, but for the most part, considering that fee, maybe in a regular building where you've got concierge, you've got underground parking, you've got a gym, you've got a movie theater, a virtual golf, all that stuff that I never use, maybe there's some value to that. But if you're simply paying the reserve fund, are you just throwing it away? Now, the features of some of these places. You might have outdoor space, you might not. You might have a rooftop terrace, you might have ground parking, you might have underground parking, you might have no parking, as we're going to see. And the last point I wanted to make about who's buying these is of tremendous importance as we see what has happened in the 2017 market. So people that started buying condo townhouses, initially, let's say you go back to Liberty Village, right, in the early to mid 2000s, they were people that just didn't want to live in a condo. They said, oh cool, this is a stacked town. Now, obviously prices rose. Developers said, why would I build condo townhouses when I can build a massive tower and make more money? And these things became way more scarce. So what's happened in the last few years, guys, is people that are looking for a house, can't afford one, have looked at condo townhouses instead. So you've got those condo townhouses at Queen and Bathurst on Carr Street. You've got them down in Liberty Village on East Liberty, Western Battery. You've got them in the King West, I guess at Dufferin, Joe Schuster, right? You're familiar with that complex. McKell's, I think, is the other one, and Laidlaw. And then you've got a bunch on Sudbury Street, and that's what we're going to look at today. So I'm going to show you something, and this is crazy. Okay, let's play a little game. So here's a listing, guys, for your typical condo townhouse. 12 Sudbury. It's a 2-bed plus 1 2-bath. So a lot of people that can't afford a house are looking at this and going, okay, there's a den-ish space, and there's another bedroom. We can have a kid in here comfortably. This can be a place that we can buy and grow into, pay down some principal, ride the appreciation wave, and we're not living on the 46th floor of some tower. There's not renters coming through the lobby all the time. This is a great move for us. So 6099 list, and I want to show you this one here. This is, I believe, identical or very similar in nature. Reason being, this maintenance fee is $360. Okay, it's a 2-bed plus 1 2-bath. 1,000 to 1,100 square feet, obviously sold in February. This one here was in November, $334. So it's either marginally smaller or the fees have gone up. Now this was listed at $599 and sold for $662. That was in November. Now, this is listed at $6,099. So they've listed way under what the other one sold for. Now, $6,099, what do you think this thing sold for? Ready? Tell me when to stop this number. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I know, crazy, right? Keep going. What? Yes. No, I'm not joking. Yes, it sold for $862,000. The talk of the town, guys. $250,000 over the list price. And I never talk about what it sold over the list price. It was underlisted to begin with. But my goodness, if this thing sold for $662, even if we say the market went up 10% from November to now, which to be honest, I think it did, that values this at $720,000. And maybe this one's marginally larger, but $862, it's absolutely crazy. Or maybe it's not, because that's the market we're in. So guys, you're watching this right now, and I get a lot of emails. People say, I love your pick 5, but it's really depressing. The market is depressing. It's crazy. I'm going out on offers, and I'm making offers and winning. I'm putting prices down that I think this is nuts. And then the listing agent tells me, you know, you only got it by $9 grand. Last night I was on a house in Degrassi. I lost by $100,000. I was on a house at O'Connor. We lost by over $200,000. I'm not misreading the market. This is just what's happening. So with that long, lengthy lead-in, we're going to now look at 5 townhouses, both condo and freehold, throughout the downtown core, and we're going to look at the value proposition. Are you ready? Okay, here we have them, guys. We've got 5 of them. Now, for those of you that were looking at that one at $699 or $862 or whatever the hell it was, we're looking at a different price bracket, or a different snack bracket, as one of my clients calls it. So we're looking here, guys, all in the downtown core, all south of Bloor, because that's the point of this exercise, okay? We're not looking for infill in Ajax, and we're not looking for stuff, you know, up in North Toronto. So the first property we're going to look at here is 297 Brock Avenue, okay? So this one is a freehold. Ding, ding, ding. First thing you notice is there's no maintenance fees. $1,149,000, 3-bed, 4-bath. I like it so far. Now, 2,000 square feet, one massive, glaring, I'm not going to say error, but there's something that this is missing. So, tell me what it is. I'm not going to play the Jeopardy music, just look. Well, there's actually 2 things, but one I wanted to point out. Okay, ready? Did you get it? Can we draw a circle, please? No parking. There's no parking. How do you buy a 3-bed, 4-bath townhouse with no parking? Just don't have a car? It's a 3-bed. It's a 4-bath. This is what you're doing to plan your family. You've got 2 kids. Billy, Jenny, bundle up. Let's go. Get your Metro pass. I mean, seriously, no parking. It's absolutely bonkers. Now, the other thing I found interesting is the square footage says 2,500, and then here it says approximately 1,600 square feet. Well, which one is it? Okay. Outside, I like the look of it. Inside, okay, that's the row of them there. There we go, another photo. Ooh, grass, springtime, yes. Yes, I can't wait. Maybe my baby will not be crying as much and keeping me up all night. And you're on 3 hours of sleep. And then you do weird pick 5s, and people go, I've really noticed your videos are a little different than they were last year. Anyways, so rooftop terrace, we like those. We've seen those before. Weird photos here in the order, guys. So main floor, this is very lived in. It's not really staged. Little dining area, nice big kitchen. I found the layout to be weird. This is a little bit angular. I don't love the really dark cabinets. I do love the farmhouse sink, although I wish it was like a real farmhouse, not the stainless steel. But the window of the sink is just so cool. So there you have it. TV on the wall, what's not to like. Upstairs, walk in master, walk through to the bathroom. Ooh, my parents had that growing up. My parents had his and hers bathrooms. It was really cool and weird. Okay, so that I like. I do like those finishes. I'm more into light colors. And not that I'm buying this for me. So we'll keep going here, guys. That's the basement, which I think is really cool. That's the man cave. That's the TV room. And then that's the little outdoor space. Now remember that. Okay, the outdoor space of tremendous importance. So I'm looking at this, guys, and I'm thinking $1,149,000. 21 days in the market. The hell am I missing here? Why is this thing not sold? Well, first we're going to look at the location. So where is Brock? Just in case you didn't know, I could have done this first. So it's in Brockton Village. Let's zoom in. Google, give me Brockton Village. Siri, give me, no. Does that work? Here we go. Brockton Village. There it is. Told you. Okay. So it is very, very close to Dundas, which personally I think is a benefit because that's your TTC. That's your main drag. You know, places like, I don't know, say Lula Lounge. I don't know what that is. I just read it on there. I don't know any place that's cool. Shark City? I bartended there in 1999. I'm pretty sure that was the last place I ever liked to go out. We did this last week. People told me that I'm an old curmudgeon. Okay, I have no social life, but I don't want to. I love my wife. Great. Stop talking. Go back to pick 5. So 297 Brock. Zoom in here, guys. There we go. So it's this complex here, okay? And it is literally right beside the storefronts that front onto Dundas. So I think the location's great. It's urban, and that's, to be honest, what you're looking for if you're living downtown. So at $1,149,900, I want to show you the last sale, which is the same thing, no parking. See what I mean? So this isn't a mistake. $893, sold in August of 2015. It was on the market for 51 days. So $893, is that really how much we've appreciated? And it's crazy because every day out there, guys, we're obliterating records. There was 14 offers on a property up at Don Mills the other day. My colleague had listed, and it sold for $800,000 over the list price. I think it was 1,718. But we're obliterating records. And so when you see something like this, 893, and you go, hold on a second, that was only a year and a half ago. Add 20%, there's 160 grand right there. Where are you? And all of a sudden, it's not too hard to get to $1,149,000. So I like this. I think it has a ton of value. The issue is the parking. Okay, let's move on here. Now this is a very, very interesting one. 570 Wellington Street. For $1.3 million, it's a one bedroom. Now this is a niche property because this is potentially one of the nicest condos on the market in the downtown core. I don't want to give away the names and such, but let's just say this was meticulously designed by, well, I don't really know names of designers. Stephen and Chris. They made my couch in my first condo. Anyways, so say it's your typical world-renowned la-di-da designer, but they spent a mint on this place. And that's where you get into the concept of super adequacies, right? Let's say they gutted this condo townhouse and they put in 4 layers of, soundproofing, right? Let's say they put in in-floor radiant heating. Let's say they did all these things you wouldn't expect, but it's still just a one bed. Is it worth it? Now this thing at $1.3 million for a one bedroom, you might think that's absolutely crazy. But if you know what you like, and the target market for this is refined, this is not for a family, this is for somebody that has money, doesn't want to live in a penthouse downtown, and says, this is so well done. I absolutely love the finishes and the location. I can walk to work. And you know what? I can afford that price. So you take a look. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's gorgeous. There's a magazine article that it's my colleague's listing. They sent it to me. And it just goes to show you like the amount of money they put in, the amount of thought. You're looking at this right now, maybe going too fast, but guys, it has absolutely everything. It's got a little outdoor space. There is your den. So, I mean, basically it's a bedroom if you want, but if they've opened it up. So then you do this, right? I mean, maybe they took out some space where there used to be a bedroom and put in a massive bathroom. It's totally up to you. And so the market is refined for this because you've got to find somebody that wants that. And then you've got upstairs, here's the bedroom. So it's definitely a unique layout. And then you get into the comps. So first, let me go to the maintenance fees. $986. Now you pay your own heat, hydro, etc., but you would on a house anyway. So take that $986 and tell me that that's not carrying $200,000 worth of mortgage. That's kind of the issue. Now it's 1,432 square feet. Okay, now this is part of. We'll go to the map here, guys. Oh, there we go. Here it is, 570 Wellington. It is part of the Summit Complex. So 701, 705, 725 King. In here, there's a courtyard where there's an outdoor pool. You get to use all the amenities from this building. Now, some people say that's a benefit, and some people say, I'm living in a townhouse in Wellington. I don't want to use the amenities for a condo on King, but you're paying for it. So as I mentioned, guys, the issue here might be price and comps. So this is everything that's sold. And you can kind of see, I mean, I know this is going back to 2015, here's your 3-bed, 2-bath, here's your bigger properties. The highest sale is $600,000 in the complex. So you either look at this and say, I'm sitting on one of one. This is a diamond in a stack of coal. Not that the other properties are coal. Or you look at this and you say, all these properties are selling for $6. I own the absolute nicest property on the block. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I think the votes would probably be split 50-50 there. So on the one hand, this is everything somebody's ever wanted, and it's in a great location, walkable to work, and they really don't care what their neighbors' properties are selling for. On the other hand, people, before they've even bought it, are thinking about subsequent resale value. And I think that's responsible, but at the same time, I do tell people, don't think about how you're going to sell it before you've even bought it. Okay, moving on. The third property we're going to look at is 33 Achtman Lane. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Achtman? Achtman? Or do you really get in there and call it Achtman? Anyways, my guess is that that's a made-up name, probably the developer or the builder. So 33 Achtman Lane. This is in a very, very cool spot in Little Italy. So great spot. Where was my frame of reference? Ooh, the Mod Club. I went there on my birthday in 2006. the hell was I doing at the Mod Club? I don't know. So great spot here between Ossington and then kind of out of the picture here, but all the way down past Manning, Euclid, Palmerston, basically right to Bathurst. There used to be a place called Andy Pool Halls. God, I sound old. Andy Pool Halls, that was like after your nightclub days. You'd go to college. That was the scene. College Street Bar, which I think is still there. Andy Pool Halls, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, no big deal. I'm just going to go shoot some pool, try to socialize a little bit. How are you doing? Hey, what's up over there? That was the move, I guess, when you were like 25, 26. I guess now you just go like this the whole time. No, no, you're ugly. I don't like you. You have uneven eyebrows. I don't like your earlobes. No, no. I'm not going to read about any of these people, you know? Like, I don't actually, see how frustrated I'm getting? I don't actually care what you have to say. Don't care, don't care. You're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly. Kids, listen. Beauty is only skin deep. Okay. 33 Achtman. Boy, do we get off topic here. Oh. Okay, so 1,379,400. I like this property more than any of the ones that I'm showing today. Now, I was in this last week, took a client through, younger guy, probably didn't worked great as a long-term investment, but you're a younger guy, you want outdoor space, you want party space. This has no outdoor space. And what this has, you can see here, main, second, third, family room downstairs. So that's great. I actually do have another client I put into a similar one on Manning. He was 100% looking to put more money into the real estate market and looking for something for investment, and he just happens to be living in it. I mean, it's one guy, and his bedroom is on the 3rd floor. He has 2 bedrooms on the 2nd floor. There's no kids to put in those, not yet anyways. So it's the same kind of idea here. There's your, I guess, patio out front. Same idea here. So you've got the main living space. It's of a super modern kind of look with the glass as opposed to the wooden spindles. So a little family room here or a little seating room. That's probably not where you're watching your TV. Small kitchen, which I thought could be bigger, but I love the skylight. And really nicely upgraded, well finished. Good photos. There you go, dining room. So upstairs bedroom. Those are your 2. That's your bath in the 2nd. And then you get up to the top floor. Beautiful master bedroom. They didn't put in closet organizers, which is too bad. But you have your own 5-piece bath. There it is. And then hopefully these photos take us down to the basement. Great photos. Who is this? It's a PSR listing. Very good. I'd expect nothing less. So it takes you down to the basement. Access to the garage. This is your sort of family room, and there's a shot of a toilet just to finish. So I love this property for long term. Okay, it's got 10-foot ceilings, 12-foot ceilings. The location, as I said, I mean, you're right in the middle here of some pretty sought after real estate. How far are you to Bloor? Pretty much walking distance. You've got all the cool stuff down in College, and the houses they're selling on Roxton and Shaw and Crawford and Montrose, they're obliterating what we're looking at here at 1,379,000. So what you get is brand new, okay, top of the line, and it's maintenance free. You're not going to have issues here like you would if you bought, I don't know, a 100-year-old Victorian around the corner. So I really like this one, and it is freehold. There are no maintenance fees. So if you were to take $900 a month maintenance fees and slap them on here, really it's like you're paying, you know, $1.5 million or mortgaging $1.5 million. Like this one a lot. Okay, let's move on here to 12A Cecil. Cecil. Where is this? In the heart of downtown Toronto. So it's in Baldwin Village, near Kensington Market. Let me zoom in, make you really dizzy. Again, just a little bit south of College. Now it's on a side street, so I'm going to zoom in here very slowly, and you can see that these are the Cecils, A's and B's, 12A, 12B. And this is what I meant when I said you would drive by and never know it's there. Honest to God, guys, I'm not going to lie. I've probably driven by this, never really paid attention to it. So, oops, here we go. So this is similar to the one that we just saw, except, you know, it's a little bit older. The layout's definitely different. And of course, it's a condo. You can see there, Toronto Standard Condominium Corporation 2253. So the fees are $500. Not bad at all for this square footage. It's 2,200 square feet. Whereas the one we looked at on Wellington was $900 for 1,400 square feet. But that's because it's part of a condominium building and you're paying based on square footage. So this thing here, guys, there's no way to really show you what the floor plan is like here. And they start with a photo of the living room, which is at the back of the house. And you actually walk in and you dip down and there's kind of a TV room and then an office space. So it's a wonky layout that you've got to make work for you. The other thing is behind this couch is the patio. So you're blocking access to the patio. There's another shot. Nice kitchen. There's your stairs going up. Here by this chair is the eat-in kitchen area. Photos are not really working for me. Master bedroom, so we just skipped a floor. Walk-in closet, walks through to this bathroom, which is really nice. It's a 5-piece. Great windows, by the way. I will say that. Beautiful having a window over the bathtub. office, one of the bedrooms, rooftop terrace, great CN Tower shot, and that is on the main floor. So honestly, flipping through those photos, you got absolutely no idea of what the flow is like in this place. I found it to be very confusing. So let me show you this. Okay, here you go. See this study and rec lower? You walk in and there's like a nice usable room down there. You're like, oh, this is really cool. Then you go down again and you're like, what am I doing with this space? Then on the main floor is your living room that I showed you, which has a couch blocking the access to the patio. Then you've got the kitchen and the little eat-in area. And then you've got the bedrooms upstairs. So I look at this, guys, at $1,549,000. Even though the maintenance fees are what they are, again, think of the target market for this. If you are looking to live downtown, let's say you're a doctor, or let's say you're a college professor, or let's say, you know, you're both, you and your partner, 38, 40, 42, you're not having kids, or maybe you're a little bit younger, have a little more money, you don't want to live in a condo, you don't want to live in that sick penthouse, and you want something that is more like a home. Very private, right? This one had actually like a little video camera for the doorbell, right? They're those kind of properties, right? Want to know who's coming and going. So again, different strokes, different folks. I sell a lot of condo penthouses to people that say, I want a sick terrace, and I want to party, and I want to be in the heart of King West. And then I get something like this, which is somebody saying, I'm not looking to move to Lawrence Park or North Toronto. I don't want to live outside the city. I want to live walking distance to university. Maybe if I'm really into it, I can walk 30 minutes down, you know, to Bay Street where I work. But I want privacy, and I want space, and I want bedrooms, and I want the option, if I have a kid, to be able to live in here and not do what my real estate agent, David Fleming, does, and have a kid in a condo that's only 1,200 square feet, and you can hear absolutely everything that goes on. And then you get the baby monitor, and it's like 1 split second behind real life, so the kid goes, wah, and then you hear wah on the monitor. So it's twice as bad. Read about this and more in my new book, How Much Do I Love My Daughter? By David Fleming. Okay, one more property to look at here, guys, and this is a bit of a strange one, but I threw it in here just because it's been on the market for a while. You might have seen this. 508 Wellington Street, Townhouse 1. Now, the first thing to look at, brand new commercial residential townhouse. Rare opportunity, 1,603 square feet, blah, blah, blah. It's $1.55 million. The fees are over $1,100, and it's 1,600 square feet, and it's commercial, which could give you problems with both financing, in terms of the down payment, maybe in terms of the rate, and then of course the taxes. So where is this 508 Wellington? It is in the base of, well, here's 500 Wellington, here's 508. So this is a condo, and this is basically, as you can see from the photo, the main floor, right? The main floor of the condo that's built up over top of it. So it's very nice, and it's very well done, and it's very empty. Actually, this looks really like builder's white. Super modern, nice light coming through. I just think that, I'm going to go through this one quick, guys, because I don't love it. I just think that the price is high for what it is. And I guess really what they're looking at is location. They're saying you're on Wellington, right downtown. But man, 1,600 square feet, $1,150 a month fees, and they're asking $1,550,000. Okay, there we go. Nailed it. Went through the photos. So, guys, I look at this on Cecil. My God, is this a better buy than this? And I look at, where's Achtman? I look at this here at $1,379,000, and this is like from the builder, no holdback on offers or anything. This is legit $1,379,000. The only problem with this is there's no outdoor space, right? You've got your little patio out front, but this is a freehold, which is great for resale. This is a freehold, which means there's no condo fees. This is $1,379,000. I don't love this, and that's what it comes down to. So, thank you again for allowing me to go off on tangents about my lovely daughter and her crying. But when all's said and done here, guys, when you're looking at housing alternatives, right, and that's really what these are, whether it's the $800,000 two-bed, two-bath they're selling on Sudbury, or whether it's the $1.5 million sort of next level, you've got to compare it to what you could get in the freehold market and the condo market. When you're looking at something at 1.5 on Cecil or on Achtman or on Wellington, would I be better off in a penthouse condo? Would I be better off with a nice big outdoor space with a concierge to get my packages? Do you value your privacy? Is it about location? Do you want to be in a kind of standalone like the one on Cecil, or do you want to be up in the tower? And once you've kind of figured that out, then you look at things like carrying cost. You look at how that relates to the value. And if you've got $1,150 a month fees and you're paying 1.5 million, you've really got to consider all that money. I mean, it is a sunk cost, right? I know it goes in the reserve fund and it pays for, maintenance and expenses. But all that money per month, how much more could I get? I might be able to buy a freehold for 1.8 instead of this condo townhouse for 1.5 with $1,150 a month fees, right? And then lastly, when it comes down to outdoor space, some of these have outdoor space, some of them don't. Some of them actually have little balconies, or sorry, little terraces, some of them with grass even, like the ones on Wellington. Geez, there's like some one bedrooms in that Wellington complex that you walk out to, like a 300 square foot patch of grass is very cool. And then some of them have zero outdoor space, right? And if you're buying a condo townhouse because you think it's an alternative for a house and a house has a yard, what's the point if there's no outdoor space? So a lot of things to think about here, guys. I'm throwing a lot at you all at once, and we went through these pretty quick. But what it comes down to right now is every single segment of the market is busy. And once upon a time, people looked at condo townhouses as the obvious alternative to a house. Oh, no problem. I'll just pick up a condo town instead. We'll do our thing there for a few years, then we'll get the house. And it is so competitive right now. I told someone the other day, you're better off renting. Yeah, I'm a salesman, and you're not supposed to tell people to rent. But honest to God, paying $850,000 for a place that to me is worth, 7 and change, I mean, that's mania. And you're better off stretching yourself to get to the next level, or you're better off buying something smaller. You're going to pay lower transaction costs. There's other options, is the bottom line. Anyways, guys, that is it for me this week. This is good. I'm back to my normal self, except for, sleep deprivation. But it's been a grind. It's definitely been a grind, and it's February. It honestly feels like June. Crazy out there, guys. Any questions, email me, davidfleming@ballsyrealestate.com, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.